The following story was written and recorded by Yove, a participant in Mental Health Connecticut's Right On program. This class was done online during the 2021 coronavirus pandemic, precluding our usual in-person final reading event. Yove will share what it's like to go through gay conversion therapy. The title of her piece is, "It's for Your Own Good, Honey." This story is raw, personal, and contains language that may not be suitable for younger listeners.
My name is Yove, and I'm going to share what it's really like to undergo gay conversion therapy. The day I told the woman I had a guilt-filled, clandestine relationship with that I loved her, she sent me to conversion therapy. "I just want to be with you," I whispered. "You can get help," she told me. "You can fix this and be healthy again. You only feel this way because you haven't experienced your mother's love." And then she broke up with me. Sitting in an office in Jerusalem, smelling strongly of sage, I spent the next 2 years trying to fix the part of me that I was told was broken, the part of me that loved women, horribly, shamefully, wrongly. The rain dripped steadily down the slippery white stones outside my apartment. I was cold that winter, but never wet. I was always inside. My bed had become my haven, my cave protecting me from my foes waiting for me just outside. I barely left my room that winter. I worked in my bed and went out only for torturous therapy session after session. My girlfriend worried about me. I saw the concern furrowed into her eyebrows, the way she looked at me questioningly, inviting me to talk. I didn't want to talk. She didn't know what I was working on in therapy. She didn't know that I was desperate to squash the feelings I felt for her. I liked Elisheva too much already. I had loved the woman who had sent me to conversion therapy too much. My love was an agonizing, seething potion of wonderfulness, shame, and fright. I was so scared of loving Elisheva, an all-encompassing love that lit up the rainy skies with a brilliant sun, that unfurled a flaming torch in my heart to drive away the demons lurking in the blackest corners of it. I desperately needed to like the cute male cashier at the grocery on the corner, the one who always smiled at me and engaged me in conversation. I needed to like the muscular guys on TV that normal women found ravishingly hot. I couldn't bring myself to like them. And so I kept going to my therapist and trusting her with my deepest and wrongest passion, trusting she would right them. The more sessions we had, the more depressed I became. She incorporated trauma techniques like EMDR, eye movement desensitization reprocessing into our work, convinced that as soon as I resolved my trauma with men, a lust for them would awaken within me. "Follow my fingers," she would instruct me, as she dredged up painful memories from my past that had long blacked out from my tired mind. I followed her moving fingers right into an abyss. "What's coming up for you?" A room in my grandparents' house. Several bearded men standing over me. Something stuck in my vagina. They penetrated me. They fucking penetrated a little girl. Shooting pain. Pain stabbing my vagina. I cried. They penetrated me again. I ran out of my therapist's office and ran through the quaint, narrow alleyways until I reached my apartment. I'd had that scene stuck in my mind when I was younger. It would flash through my mind occasionally like a dream, and I'd absolutely disassociate from my body until I could think about something else. I'd forgotten about it. Now I remembered, and I knew what it meant, and what it meant was killing me. What my conversion therapist deemed it meant killed my spirit even more. "You're not attracted to women. You're just afraid of liking a man because men have hurt you in the past. Once you work on this trauma, you'll be able to heal from your unnatural desires, my therapist assured me. She reduced my pure, radiant love to a mere unfortunate result of predators. Slowly, like drops of rainwater, falling steadily on a once whole rock and eroding it. My therapist's words infiltrated my heart, a heart full of impassioned love, now full of confusion and shame that crawled into my core and clouded my entire sense of self. I stopped being intimate with my girlfriend. Gentle kisses that once nourished me now attested to my disgrace. Affectionate cuddling that once grounded me now smothered me in guilt. I felt like I was acting in a reality show. It wasn't me, it wasn't who I was or what I ever could be, but it was what I needed to be, a fake, socially acceptable version of myself. I knew what I was supposed to be feeling. I became an expert at fooling myself into thinking I was feeling emotions I wasn't, and denying and ignoring everything I did feel. I couldn't form any meaningful relationships anymore because I wasn't connecting to anyone on an authentic or genuine level. I couldn't give myself the luxury of being myself because who I was unacceptable. I didn't dare let myself think inappropriate thoughts about my girlfriend or girls in general, and so I couldn't let myself think. Yet, no matter how badly I wanted to be straight, to be normal, to be accepted, I couldn't. My love was unchangeable, unmalleable, non fluid. It was solid, blazing, and eternal. And so, unable to change the deepest parts of who I was, incapable of tearing down my foundation as though it were mere wallpaper, without completely destroying myself, I turned to death to erase my disgraceful existence completely. Suicidal longing became my shadow, always lurking, always taunting me and seducing me. And then, at the end of this journey of chaos and anguish, my therapist looked at me and confessed that she had feelings for me. I was 19. She was in her 60s. She was my conversion therapist. I walked out of her office that last time shaking. I vowed to myself that was the last time I was going to let myself be manipulated by anyone who had an agenda to change me. I came home and kissed my girlfriend, my loving, wonderful girlfriend, who I nearly lost in my pointless battle to change one of the best and purest parts of myself. The part that loved deeply and fiercely and splendidly. It was a painful struggle to disengage from the twisted philosophy I'd been soaking in for 2 years. It took a lot of time, a lot of self-compassion and gentleness with myself to stop feeling guilty every time I had sex, every time I told my girlfriend I loved her, every time I reveled in the passion of a loving lesbian relationship. But I got there. I'm a proud lesbian. Not only am I proud, but I would actually choose to be a lesbian if, as my conversion therapist kept trying to make me to believe, sexuality was a choice. There's nothing as wholesome, nothing as glorious and profound as my love for women. It's a losing battle to try and change yourself like this. But when I lost that battle, I gained the greatest victory anyone can ever strive for: myself. Thanks for listening.